Hey everyone, Andang here for some more Lord of the Rings Online. Yes, it's once again that time to be making our way back into Middle-earth. And today we have a very special event. It's being called the event of a lifetime. It's, well, maybe a young elf's lifetime or any human or dwarf's lifetime. It is a historic event. An event that could bring the end to an age and the rise of a new king. It is, of course, the wedding of Aragorn and Arwen, and I'm super excited. So not only did I'm just thinking about the people of Minas Tirith right now, right? First, they have, the rise of Sauron. Not good times. Then, they have Pelennor Fields. Really not good times, especially when you consider that Denethor's in charge. Then, we have hope. The return of the king, the winning of Pelennor Fields, and a huge epic moment for Minas Tirith and Gondor and everything else. But then, in a quick change of events, you have your king go on a suicide mission. And all hope looks like it's lost again. And then you have the destruction of the ring, headphones falling out of your head, and all sorts of other crazy stuff happen. And you eventually have the crowning of the king, which is a huge event in LOTRO. But I think an even bigger event is the one that's about to happen. It's the wedding of Aragorn and Arwen. We, of course, are here at the peak of Minas Tirith. And you can see that the wedding has already been set up here. Gandalf and Poser trying to marry them. Gandalf will take quick care of that, but this city looks awesome. Like, seriously, really, really cool. And they have a new statue of, I think that's Boromir, right? Like, that is really awesome. Already new statues in the city. That looks like Denethor and Boromir. And then that's Theoden. Good gravy. They did some quick work on those statues. All right. It's only been like a couple months since, because technically today in the real world, June 30th, I believe is the same day as what it is in game right now. Just, in a whole different age and year. But it's really cool that they've already gotten all these statues in place. Like, that is really interesting to see. Yeah, that is really some cool stuff. And just like the way that they've decorated this place too. That is awesome. Have heroes of the age now having their own statues. Imagine the work it must take to move these things around, man. But yeah, that's quite the spot for a wedding right there. And so many NPCs and so much lag. There's also a lot of players online here on Landerville. But anyway, let's go inside and start the story. Book 5. Excuse me, Volume 5. I got used to the Black Book of Mordor nomenclature. Volume 5 of the epic story. Here we go, here we go. Aragorn apparently loves being blinded, I think. He's got like the major spotlight on him all day, man.
I'm pleased you could return to my city in time of peace.
Andang, my friend, I'm very pleased you could return to my city in a time of peace. With war safely behind us, we cannot lower our guard overmuch, it is true. But Mithrandir and the Council of Gondor both assure me that the threat of further war is at a low ebb for now. My mind, therefore, turns from martial matters to those of the heart. for a day long prepared is nearly upon us. As you well know, Arwen, my betrothed, travels even now to Minas Tirith, where we shall be wedded before all of Gondor, and she will be queen of my kingdom. Long have we waited for this day. It is very important to me and to my love that the ceremony be conducted properly. But my knowledge of such matters is not sufficient. Mithrandir insists that he has an understanding of the rituals, but some members of the council question the depth of his knowledge concerning the customs of Gondor. The council therefore selected a number of Gondorian representatives to decorate the city and to make ready the ceremony. The woman responsible for the wedding ceremony is named Rodwin, and I would ask that you lend her your able assistance, if you have time and the inclination. Arwen will be here soon, with her household, and I want all the preparations to be made before she arrives. A real adventure. Alright, here we go.
I see. We have things well in hand.
Man, I'm so excited and blind from my screen right now. Jeez. Jens, welcome. Mistweaver, nice to have you here. Funk, nice to have you here as well. Lumpy Clump, welcome. Neurotic Anarchy, nice to have you here too. Yes, hello, Andang, is it? I see. You are to help me make ready the wedding ceremony. I assure you we have things well in hand. Rodwin appears visibly nervous and seems to be having some trouble meeting your gaze. There is something familiar about this woman, but you cannot quite place it. Let us meet somewhere to discuss the preparations, Andang. There is no point in disturbing the king with such details. Surely you agree? Let us find a quiet spot where I can to discuss them, I mean. If you leave the Tower of Ecthelion and turn north, you will see a doorway spanned by the garland of flowers. Slip past the garland and climb to the steps of the wall. That is where I will meet you. Jeez, get me out of here. It is so blinding. Good gravy. It's Sarah Oakart. Oh my gosh. That would be quite the plot twist. That would be quite the plot twist. I like how they have like all music of Middle-earth in this version of Minas Tirith. There we go. So let's see around here. Yeah, under the garland.
Oh, you remember me, surely. Rodwin, champion of Gondor?
I really don't, but I'm sure you're a character. Rodwin looks around to make sure you are not followed by unfriendly forces. When she is satisfied, she lets out a deep exhalation of relief. Andang, you remember me, surely. Rodwin, champion of Gondor. We met near Parth Galen, along the east wall of Rohan. My friends and I had gotten into a bit of trouble, and you helped us out of it. I was quite surprised to see you again in the throne room of the White City, in the presence of King Elisar, no less. You asked Rodwin what curious road took her out of the wilderness and gave to her the responsibility of planning a king's wedding. She raises her hands level to her shoulders with an energetic shrug. Would that I could tell you. The adventuring life was hard, to be sure. To be honest with you, though, my friends may not have been entirely prepared for it. The road we thought to take north was crawling with orcs, so we turned south and arrived outside the Pelennor Fields, just as the Gondorian forces returned from Mordor in triumph. Happy timing. We joined the celebrations, of course, and decided that perhaps it was safer to put our adventuring days behind us. We no longer had a minstrel. You may remember Colin? I remember Colin, I don't remember you. Decided to try a life of farming rather than our dangerous course. Well, he has given it up already. Farming was not for him. So we all came to settle within the White City. And through a series of misunderstandings and some ill-advised boasting from my friends, I caught the attention of the Council of Gondor. The next thing I know, Easteron was speaking before the noble lords and ladies, insisting that we are expert wedding planners all. So we have stumbled our way into something of a real adventure, Andang. You have to help us. Again. Yes, because I'm an expert wedding planner. Alright.
What a relief it is to hear you will help us.
Just let Arwen plan the thing. Every wedding should be perfect, of course. But the weight of responsibility for this particular wedding is even greater. For all the eyes of the kingdom will be upon it. It means a great deal to me that you not betray our secret. With your help, we can undermine the true trust of the Lord of Gondor. It should not matter that my friends and I know so little about such preparations. Already I have sent them throughout the city to get whatever help they can. Here, Andang, I have planned some letters of introduction authorizing you to work on my behalf in all wedding matters. Bring these to our lawmaster Isterion, and he will tell you how best you can help us. You should find him outside the Tower of Ecthelion, in the Plaza of the Fountain. Literally just right back that way. It's not that far at all. So many people.
Ah, you are here to help plan for the great wedding? Good, good, good.
What are you wearing? Alright, buddy. You look like you're from Bree, but here we go.
You are here to help plan for the great wedding? Good, good, good.
There's still so much to be done, but do not let that frighten you away. I have often found that the largest tasks are the most rewarding. Just so long as you do not give up before you are begun. You ask Isteron if he needs any help researching wedding customs, and he blinks at you, the smile frozen on his face. Visionalion, I believe it is available for low levels as well. Yep. The epic, though, might only be for, the epic might not be available to all levels, though. I don't know. Gunfont, welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here. She's the quest giver of the East Wall. Oh, the infinite repeatable quests. Yes, I remember now. Gotcha, gotcha. They had powerful fortune tellers in Minas Tirith, so the statues were worked on for quite some time. Oh, that's amazing, Naractic Anarchy. Jeez, yes, absolutely. Wait, did you guys see Frodo and Sam? Did I walk past them? Oh, you are here to help for the royal planning. Well, we already talked about that. Oh no, I gave that up on that. Kefarion and I did learn some interesting tidbits from a number of hobbits over there, but I did not find their advice very promising. Their hobbit traditions felt very quaint to me, not at all appropriate for such a grand wedding as this must be. But you are welcome to consult with them if you like. They are to the south of the Tower Ecthelion, I believe. To the south. Aha! You found the hobbits who helped Asterion, Frodo Baggins, and Samwise Gamgee. They still look like they're in, like, medical clothes. Alright.
How nice to see you during a time of celebration and not during a time of war.
Frodo has never sounded more like Elijah Wood in LOTRO. Alright. You tell Frodo that you are helping Rodwin and her companions with the preparations for the great wedding, and he nods thoughtfully. That is very good of you. Aragorn is dear to me, and I want his wedding to be all for which he and his bride might hope. Are Rodwin and her companions up for such a challenge? I have spoken with a number of them now, and in each of these planners, I admit to you, I have recognized something. He smiles knowingly. They are in over their heads, just as I was during the Quest of the Ring, just as were we all. Well, that turned out all right in the end. So too might the wedding ceremony. If the eagles come to save them, that is. If there is anything we can do, Andang, let us know and we will help. Everyone knows the eagles are expert wedding planners.
There has been a lot of wedding chatter in the air, you know.
And I'll have you know, it's not the easiest thing for this Gamgee to talk about. Take that Asterion fellow. He spoke on and on about how grand the wedding should be, and how it'll be talked about for years and years. And that may be so. I don't know why this is Sam's voice. But I can't help but wonder if that's not the most important thing. Maybe I'm just a hobbit, which I am, with hobbit ideas. But it seems to me that the wedding should be just as Arwen and Strider want it to be. Does it matter what the kingdom thinks of it, or for how long it be talked about? Sam falls silent and sniffs the air. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, Mr. Frodo and I weren't the only hobbits who spoke to the wedding planners. Merry and Pippin talked to them too. And when they finished, they went off laughing, looking very pleased with themselves about something. It might be worth looking into, Andang. Those two are always causing trouble of some kind or another. And if you follow the smell of their pipe smoke, could be you'll get to the bottom of it. Alright, here we go, here we go. Got all the dates right there. Hello, welcome, welcome. Fatassius, welcome, welcome. Judel, nice to have you here too. What's the giveaway about? It's for either 5,000 LOTRO points or a $50 Steam card. Or actually, 2 months of VIP I'm throwing in there too. That's an option as well. Where are we supposed to go? Oh yeah, follow the smoke trail. Here we go. And hey, no, thank you so much for that follow. And Calum Reb, thank you so much for that follow as well. Really, really appreciate it. The fragrant smell of pipe smoke lingers on the air. Merry and Pippin came this way. What a beautiful day for a wedding. Hey, Tokiller, what's up? If you win, you'll take the 2-month VIP, probably. What's better? Well, that depends on what you're looking for. Right now, with everything being free, if you wanted to get on the PvP server, I'd say the VIP if you don't already have it. But it depends on what you have and all that stuff. It's all useful. Just depends on what you want.
Good day to you. Why don't you stay a while?
And have a smoke. There's room for all. What's on your mind, friend? You ask Merry and Pippin about the preparations for the upcoming wedding. And they share a conspiratorial look before doubling over with laughter. When Merry has once again caught his breath, he apologizes and tries to answer your question. I'm gonna get the voice again. I lost it already. Here we go.
Good day to you. Why don't you stay a while?
It is going to be a real sight to see, Andang. It seemed to us that those wedding planners might not have actually been to a real wedding before. And you know, Pip and I have been to plenty. We're the real experts on the subject, you might say. So we gave Catharon a detailed account of the most important Shire wedding traditions. It was the right thing to do, was it, Pip? How did they go again? New to LOTRO, nice to find a live stream. Nice. Very cool. Well, welcome, welcome. What a wonderful time to get into LOTRO with everything being free and all that stuff.
Well, Mary, everyone knows that a Shire wedding, you've got to follow the traditions.
There are 4 elements that must be present if the ceremony is to be a success. The bride needs to carry or wear something old, right? Yeah, something old. And then she needs to pair it with something new, which represents the new life she's starting with her husband. Merry nods solemnly, which causes Pippin to break out into laughter again, before resuming. And then she needs something borrowed as well. Maybe a garment or cloth or a small pocket item of some kind. And then, most important of all, everything has to be blue. 'Cause Gondor. The 2 hobbits start laughing again. And through their gales of laughter, you can just make out gasps of everything blue. All the decorations, everything, they've got to be blue. Steel blue! Ah, Sithris old, everything needs to be steel blue line coming back now. Those of you that don't know, way back on LOTR Players, there used to be somebody named Sithrith, and she did cosmetic guides and things like that. And, she made sure all her outfits had steel blue in them. Okay. There's the new white tree, which I still feel is placed way too close to that fountain, man. Like, that's gonna be some problems for a future ruler of Gondor. You're gonna have to move the white tree. Where do we need to go now? Examine the fruit, the hobbit's mischief at the base of the ramp to the 7th circle. That's a wall. You didn't see anything, Monica. How's Aragorn's wedding? Yes, I saw those comments. You guys are the worst. Wow. Wow.
Not everyone is as familiar with our hobbits as we are.
Alright, here we go. The decorations are indeed, as Merry and Pippin suggested, overwhelmingly blue. They've got a blue barrel. Oh my gosh.
Not everyone is as familiar with our hobbits as we are.
Hey, Brixmas, welcome, welcome. Legolas speaks solemnly, but the son of Thranduil cannot completely mask his amusement. Not everyone is as familiar with hobbits as we are, Andang. And I am right to suggest that this must be the doing of a certain Brandybuck and Took of our acquaintance. Yes, you're very right. Oh, you poor guy.
Those hobbits weren't really wedding experts at all, were they?
Staring wearily at the pile of blue decorations gathered from all around the city. Not really experts at all. There's been a lot of going around these days.
Was any of the advice those hobbits gave to me truthful?
I think they did, yeah. Just go to the field and pick up dead people's shields. I need to come up with a good use for these decorations. There has to be something. But now I have more urgent worry. Were any of the advice of those hobbits gave to me truthful? They spoke of someone called Gandalf, a wizard they claimed to be in this very city, and said his fireworks cannot be missed. Is it true? You assure Cefalion that Gandalf is indeed a master of the art, and his fireworks have truly remarkable reputation for excellence. You say he has likely heard of the wizard before, for in these lands he goes by another name. Mithrandir. Ah, yes, I know of this wizard, although I did not know he dabbled in the construction of fireworks. Perhaps you can find him for me, and ask if he will contribute some of his finest creations to set off during the wedding ceremony. The voice actor sounded very monotone, so I'm just going with it. I saw him recently in the circle of the city. Look for him to the west. Now you have to go to Mordor and be like, stop, Gandalf! The Black Book can wait. Well, the Black Book's over. Monica, the Black Book is over. We've been out of Mordor for some time. Alright, 6th circle of the city. What's Gandalf doing on the 6th circle? Making us walk, that's what he's doing. This is a Landerville server. My fireworks. I am sorry, Andang, but you may remember that it was a time of war, until very recently. When Shadowfax bore me hither with young Peregrine Took, I did not have the luxury to bring any fireworks along with me. You apologize for disturbing him, and the wizard raises his eyebrows at you with apparent amusement. Are you always in such a rush that you cannot wait for an old man to finish speaking? I said I did not bring any fireworks with me on the ride from Rohan. I did not say I no longer possess any. Indeed, I raided Barad-dûr, and inside I found a treasure trove of fireworks. And by that I really mean I have collected one or two such devices during the time since the war ended. And I have stored them in a small crate in my quarters. Now, there are not as many as I would like. It was custom when lighting such crackers in the Shire to really fill the night sky with illumination. That was both for the delight of the hobbits and for my own, if I am speaking honestly. Why does Sauron need fireworks? Exactly. Yeah, Gandalf's just there under Barad-dûr being like, Sauron doesn't need fireworks. But perhaps the few crackers I have assembled will still bring some small measure of enjoyment to the attendees of the wedding, Andang. Go to my quarters in the high guest house of the Seventh Circle, and empty the crate of its contents, and I will see what can be done. Just make sure they're blue fireworks. Barad-dûr cocktail parties with fireworks? Yeah, exactly. Sauron's there having some big time fireworks. And by fireworks, I mean just lighting off Mountain Dew. Is he gonna put a fireworks show after he gets the ring? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was saving him for when he gets the ring back. Exactly. This is gonna be a big celebration. Do you know where you're going? I hope you know where you're going. I'm just gonna follow you. No, you don't know where you're going. Okay. Hey, Fade, thanks so much for that follow. Find them. Alright, well, I guess we'll try to find them. They came from up there, but that doesn't mean that's where they are. Jeez, there's so many people in the city. Wow, this looks amazing. Yeah, that's definitely Gandalf's box. You retrieve dwarf candles known for their angular shape and geometric precision. Take more fireworks? Oh my gosh. You retrieve elf fountains, which fall from the sky like gently shimmering rain. How we know this, I don't know. Gandalf has very detailed notes. You retrieve goblin barkers, which explode with harsh, goblin-like cries. What'd I tell you? He raided Barad-dûr, guys. You retrieve thunderclaps, which have previously been mistaken for actual thunderstorms. You retrieve a few assorted squibs from the crate. Not that impressive, but still important. You retrieve a few handheld sparklers from where they rolled into the crate's corners. I knew this was going to be a bunch of fireworks. You are a little disappointed to find the crate now empty. You only live once. Sauron having fireworks? Why would Sauron need fireworks? To keep the goblins happy. Duh. Isn't it obvious? Now we get to go back to Mithrandir, and the only reason Mithrandir is down here is so that we can use Mithril coins, clearly. Not even that direction. Alright, a lot of players on. For a Tuesday on Landerville, this is a pretty good turnout. What's your favorite Lord of the Rings film? I think I have to say Return of the King. But there are definitely parts of the Two Towers that I love. my least favorite is certainly Fellowship of the Ring.
I am sorry there were so few fireworks to gather up.
You express your surprise that the wizard could count such an armful of fireworks as merely a few. When Mithrandir responds, it is with a twinkle in his eye and laughter in his voice. You must have never seen my firework displays before, Andang. These few will have to do.
But on to other matters.
Some time ago, I observed our friend Gimli walking with one of Rodwin's companions, a dwarf I know to be called Draffy Broadshield. I greeted them both, and Gimli responded heartily that he and his new friend were going to the Splintered Shield, and they might be some time away. Oh, I asked them, and Gimli responded that they planned to determine the words of Elisar and his bride should use to bind their love during the ceremony. We will not emerge until we have settled upon just the right words for their vow, he proclaimed, and I suspect he meant it. Perhaps you should go to this tavern and check on our dwarves, Andang. It will not do for Gimli to miss the wedding, and if he keeps his eye on the ale, and not on the sun, he very well might. The Splintering Shield is in the second circle. The second circle, you say? Well, there's only one way to get there quickly. Hey, Lady Crane, what is up? Man, listen to this music. This is amazing. I don't think I've ever heard this one. That is beautiful. Arwen must be near. Only one way to find out. There we go, there we go. Miss Weaver. Hey, it's the fastest way to the second circle, man. I mean, sure, we could have taken the stable.
These are troublesome times indeed.
Yeah, we don't have any of those unlocked. Great. So there is a festival that you can unlock and go here at any level. Just as if it has a travel map just like any festival in LOTRO. Now, as far as getting the epic story, I think you do have to be a certain level to get that going. Hey, it's Epic, welcome, welcome. So far, so good. I think we're gonna skip all the festival quests, at least for now, just because there's the whole PvP server still going on. So the epic will be forever. The festival is only once a year for a short amount of time. Yep. Yep. I'm hoping we can get through all the epic today. That's my goal. Like, just imagine the amount of feasting and food that they have to get for this thing. Like, the amount of preparation's gotta be insane. Wow, I just heard laughter in the background. That is a noise we have not heard in Minas Tirith ever. And it's amazing how much that stands out. Little details like that are really cool. Good job. Good job, LOTRO devs. Oh, Gimli. Oh, Gimli. Even that dwarf's ashamed at you. Gimli blinks at you as you awaken him from his stupor.
Ah, you have found us. Hard at work. Oh.
It is true. All the folk here in this tavern have been helping us find the finest vows to be spoken by Aragorn at his wedding. Elazar, you know who I mean. The ale here is quite good. It was Drafty's idea to reward every perfect sentence with a mug. You had better wake him, Andang. We have so many good words for which to choose. Drafty awakens with a start, blinking the sleep and drink from his eyes.
I have had an idea. We should
have the I'm really drunk. Provide this ale for the wedding feast. As many barrels as he can spare. And that should be no small number. A wedding such as this only comes along rarely. Andang's more drunk than Gimli. Oh man. Ask him this, Andang. Ask him that it will be very finest of celebrations. Why? If I have anything to say about it, it will nearly be routingly as a dwarf wedding. The king of Gondor should be fortunate. Time to talk to the proprietor. I still can't even say that normally. Proprietor.
I would be pleased to contribute a number of barrels for the wedding feast.
It is the least I can do for the king and his bride, and I do it gladly. Gondor is in need of such happiness as theirs after as much war. The dwarves are right on this account. The drink will loosen the tongues of all those at the feast, and the guests will frequently and at full voice toast the king's health and that of the elf's bride. That is my promise to you, Andang. Now I will continue to creepily clean this spot without even looking at what I'm doing. I will instead stare off in the distance, but just clean this spot without even paying attention to what I'm doing. Just scrubbing away, yes, so creepily. Where are these petals even coming from? That's a little concerning.
Well, that is settled. Now to decide on the proper vows for the ceremony.
Will you gather up these papers, Andang? Rafi and I wrote down some good options. And all of our friends here in the Splintered Shield contributed questions to their own. And now it is up to us to reflect the very best ones. Oh my gosh. This is really funny because there's other players here also doing it. Oh my god. And we think they're drunk.
Alright, let us see what we've got.
Gimli reads aloud from one of the papers. Your beauty is without compare, even among all the gems of the earth. Ah, yes, dwarven pickup lines. Here we go, everybody. Dwarven pickup lines. Let's get some hype in the chat for that nonsense. Oh my gosh. That was one of mine, Andang. Do you like it? Together we will lay waste to our foes, and none will stand against us. Now that one, I see it as written down. I don't know about this one, Drafi. What else? What else? I pledge love and serve you in all things. Pretty good, not bad. My love for you gives me strength to... To what? This one isn't finished. Gimli shuffles through the stack of papers looking for more worthy vows. Let's see. True men of Gondor will not forget Castamere? What is this? Who wrote this?
I don't know much about this name Castamere, but I do not like it.
But I know it is something to do with the dark period in the history of Gondor. Corsair leaders, calling themselves the heirs of Castamere, caused us some problems on the journey from Rohan here to Minas Tirith. And I know it is a name that causes Aragorn some displeasure. That is enough for me. I do not need to know the particulars. Galadriel will leave Celeborn instantly with that line. Oh my gosh. You'd fall for that in Arctic Anarchy? Alright. For someone to invoke this name now, today, I do not like it, Andang. Some villain here in the Splintered Shield snuck this paper among the others, hoping to disrupt the wedding. Find out who has done this, and we will make them pay for it. Yes, did you write this? This man insists they saw nothing. Did you write this? These women insist they saw nothing. Dun, 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 dun.
What is the trouble, friend?
I assure you that several of my finest barrels will be brought to the halls of the wedding feast. I am a man of my word, and I will see it done. All I ask is that the lords and ladies attending the feast now, that it was Deglion of the Splintered Shield who provided the drink. You tell Deglion that someone slipped a reference of Castamere the Usurper among the papers of Gimli's table, while the dwarves and his companion were dozing. Men speak of Castamere in my tavern. That is an outrage. I'll have you know that we of the Splintered Shield are king's men all, and have nothing but respect for his bride-to-be. We didn't even mention that. Elf though she be. I say that with all the... How did we get Dwarven again? I say that with all the love in my heart, Andang. If you find any who say otherwise, or even so much as think it. I will have them cast out upon the street, never welcome again within these walls. I swear it, Andang. Show me the man who speaks fondly of Castamere, the usurping Kingslayer, and I will report him to the gods of the Citadel. Imagine all the speeches that will be said at the wedding. Gimli was like, I remember Aragorn said for Frodo, and he wasn't even dead. And Elrond will be like, my daughter had a chance to get away from this heaping flaming trash pile, and she chose not to. Yes, 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 yes.
Nobody saw anything? Ha! I wager my axe could make them talk.
Is this like the Jamaican drum version of the LOTRO theme song? All right. Nobody saw anything. Ha! I wager my axe could make them talk. But this is not my kingdom, and I should not wish to overstep my bounds. Not right for a wedding anyway. Castamere. Bah! I remember the corsairs that involved this name at Peligir, and none of them would be welcome at a wedding such as this. No, not even if they cleansed themselves up and wore their finest garb. They were cruel-hearted and evil-minded, and from my gathering, it sounded like their idol Castamere was twice as bad. LOTRO is big in the Caribbean, yeah. You should go tell Gandalf that these are some, at least. That there are some, at least, who might wish to disrupt Aragorn's wedding. Maybe our wizard could work some magic to sniff out these troublemakers and make them think better of it. I should say it is worth a try. If that does not do it, offer my axe in service of the task. That may provide even more effective than magic. Sure, Gimli. Yeah, your axe solves all problems. I got it. Hey, Shore of the Skies, welcome, welcome. Funk, welcome, welcome. Nice to have you here as well. Okay, let's go back to this stable over here. And make our way back up to the 6th circle of Minas Tirith. That's the smallest goat I think I've ever seen. Just throw it at the crowd. The axe will decide who to hit. Yep. Yep. Great plan. Yeah, you got... Oh, Monica. Oh, Monica. Don't start today. It's a wedding day.
How may I help
Come on.
you, friend?
Okay, so why are they unlocked here? So we want to go to the Masters or the Citadel. Super Frogo, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. I guess we'll go back to the city stables. Minas Tirith, Midsummer, so travel. Yeah, if we go back to this... I don't know. I'm gonna try going here and see where that takes us. We only know sheep. Oh my gosh.
Gondor needs your aid.
Why can't I find what I'm looking for? There we go. Don't create a war during the wedding, exactly. Yeah, somebody needs to tell that to Eldon and Elrond here. Wait. That's not at all where I wanted to go.
Gondor needs your aid.
What the?
These are troublesome times indeed.
How? Are you kidding me?
Gondor needs your aid.
And yeah, they often come up earlier. Sometimes they come up later than what they expect, but they usually try to have a longer period than they need, so that then they can, because they think it's better to be early than have to extend the downtime, right? Which I completely agree. Better to underpromise and overdeliver. Okay, let's try this again.
These are troublesome times
so
indeed.
That one's the no-go. Don't go on that one. I guess the high stables is what we're looking for, right? Here we go. Usually what you said to your exes.
What has brought you back to me so quickly?
Has Gimli exhausted his store of love words? Or has he decided to save them for another wedding? It would not surprise me to learn that our dwarf has a poet's heart, as do many of his people. You tell Gandalf about the mention of Castamere that someone slipped among Gimli's papers in the splintered shield, and the wizard nods without surprise. Yes, I long suspected that Gimli was a traitor to Aragorn, and then played it off as nothing to you. The folk of Gondor have long memories. Castamere's reign was the violent culmination of the king's strife. A chain of events that began with a wedding, of which the populace did not approve. Romindasil, 20th King of Gondor, sent his son Velascar to make peace with the Vidalgavia, the self-proclaimed King of Rhovanion. Valasar did so, but he did more as well. He fell in love with Vidumavi, Northman daughter of the king, and the two were married. Many folk in Gondor were displeased with the match, believing that Valakar's marriage would lessen the royal Númenórean blood in any heir produced by the union. Unrest simmered throughout the kingdom. A child was born to Valakar and Vidunavi, and he was named Eldakar. The unrest continued to simmer, until at last he came to the throne. Unrest turned to violent conflict, and Castamere, the captain of the ships, brought war to unseat Eldakar. The usurper ruled Gondor for 10 years, until Eldakar returned to the head of the Northmen army. Castamere was slain, but his sons and allies fled to Pelagia and Umbar, and the underlying discontent that caused the kin strife never truly disappeared. Yeah, it's a new volume of the epic story. We're in book 1 of volume 5 right now. Will the people of Gondor accept the marriage of their king to Arwen and Arwen, the daughter of Elrond of Rivendell? The news you bring from the splintered shield tells me that some, at least, may not. We should bring word of this possibility to Elisar, though it pains me to trouble him with it. Perhaps you can do this, Andang, 'cause I'm too chicken. Here we go. Players everywhere. Man, I hope there's still players on that PvP server. Hope everybody just doesn't go to do this and then nobody PvPs anymore. That would suck. I feel like this was... I know why they released it now, because, you know, the date lines up with the real world. But man, I kinda wish they waited. Event organizer, that's cool, man. Love that title. Very appropriate. Hero of the Rising Moon. Potentially appropriate. I don't know, Tepic. We're already on, you know, we've been going for a while. And we haven't gotten close to this wedding yet.
You have returned just in time. I planned to send for you.
But I see you have come to me with some purpose of your own. You briefly mentioned Gandalf's worries concerning the legacy of the Kinstrife and possibility that the folk of Gondor may not accept Elisar's marriage to Arwen, which is just the thing a groom wants to hear as his nerves rise right before a wedding. Your friend raises an eyebrow at that, and his demeanor becomes at once more Aragorn than Elisar. That is not a concern of mine, Andang. Arwen will be a good queen, and the kingdom will come to accept her. There will be no kin strife this time.
Messengers from Amondine have come to the city, bringing word of a traveling party from the north.
That a riding of fair folk have come out of the north. Even now they draw near to the walls of Pelennor, and my betrothed is with them. Go to the gates of the city, Andang, and tell Huin I will be down presently. I would ask you to then greet the party from Rivendell, and let them know they are long awaited and most welcome in Gondor. Even star in Gondor. Here we go. And there's a lag. Laggity lag lag. Of course, there's only one way to go again. But just imagine having to travel all the way from Rivendell down to Minas Tirith for your own wedding. Like, that'd be insane. Here we go again. Oh. Hey. We didn't go as far that time. All right. How long after the Feast of Sauron is the wedding? I believe it's 3 months.
The party from Rivendell is outside the gate. Might you bring them our greeting?
I will await the arrival of King Elisar. Let me actually look real quick. Third age timeline. Excuse me. So the ring's destroyed on March 25th. The wedding happens on a day that's outside of June or July on Mid-Year's Day. So essentially April, May, June. 3 months. I understand you are to bring them greeting of this city, and I await the arrival of King Elisar. Very good. These elves are well known to you, yes? You trust they intend no harm to Gondor or to the king? Then they will be welcome here, and I will permit none to speak ill of them. I just realized Asmongold is the gatekeeper here. Anyway, let's go find Arwen. Oh snap! You guys are supposed to be at war right now. What are you doing here? I like how they're like, yeah, we'll give up the wedding for this. Jeez, it's like there has to be a setting that I have on too high or something. Where's like the bloom? I need to turn off bloom. Glow mapping maybe? Does that fix this? No. Bloom intensity. That changes nothing. Low? Yeah, changes nothing. Overwrite bloom? I mean, that kind of helps. Yeah, that definitely helps.
Hail to you, friend of
Still
adventure.
stupid bright though. But my brother and I greet you as gladly as we may, for this is a day of both gladness and of sorrow. Gladness for the joy of our sister, but sadness too because we can no longer fight our war for like 10 seconds during this wedding. For she has chosen to walk for her love, Elisar, and her people will mourn to be parted from her. Oh, snap. They're kicking her out of the family. Hey, thanks, Serge. While we remain in this Middle-earth, Elladan and I will soothe the sting of this hurt with exploration and adventure, with combat and feats of martial skill. That is our way, and I know it is yours as well, Andang.
The journey was a long one, but we would not miss Arwen's wedding.
Let our younger sister heed the wisdom of her older brothers. Elden gives you a playful smile. We are little more than 100 years older than she, but that century makes all the difference in wisdom, and anyone and they will tell you I speak true. Aristor?
My Govanen.
We have come a long way for the wedding of Arwen and Arwen to King Elisar of Gondor, but our journey is almost at its end. I have been chief counselor to Elrond's household for many years, and he has long relied upon my wisdom and advice. But what of these have I to offer today? There are times a daughter's happiness must be set against a father's sorrow. But how often do the sundering seas lie between one and the other? Rarely, perhaps. But the choice having been made for Lord Elrond and his daughter, the answer appears to be always.
It is good to see you again, my friend. Far from lands where
Hey
it is
Jay,
not
what's up?
accustomed to meet.
Hey, we haven't done the giveaway yet, but we will soon. It is good to see you again, my friend. Far from the lands where it has been our custom to meet. There are few occasions that might draw so many from the hidden vale to the long road, but the marriage of Elrond's daughter Arwen and Damiel is one. She is to wed Elisar of Gondor, but that is not only the only name he wore during the courtship. Aragorn he was, and Estelle, and while others called him Strider, that name brought laughter to her lips and amusement to her heart. It is a time for love's joy, Andang, but there is sadness in it too. A father's sorrow for the daughter from whom he must be parted. That is another reason so many have come south. For even amid such joy, the dear friend must lose something too. And that it is a grief. Galadriel. So bright you can't even see her, 'cause LOTR's weird.
A time of great evil has passed, and now hearts will be lightened with joy.
Arwen has long waited this day, but its arrival was never certain. Now that it has come, let none stand in the way of love's beauty, lest they risk my granddaughter's ire or my own. I assure you, both may be fearful.
I greet you once again and name you friend.
What is that voice? So they mentioned that in LOTRO they're gonna switch all the, like half the stable masters in game to females. I hope they remember to also change the voices, or it could get really interesting really quickly. You and I have walked in dangerous places, but let us set aside the memory of them for now. For this is a time of celebration. That there may still be such a time as this is welcome indeed, though the time of my people draws near to an end.
My Govanen, my friend.
Galadriel isn't in the chat. Oh man. It is no small timing to bring so many across the mountains and to these distant lands. But for the love of my daughter, and all here would make the journey tenfold. The defeat of Sauron has made safer the lands hereabout. The road was not difficult, though my grieving heart tried to slow my steps. The light of joy in Arwen's face kept steady my pace. For all knowledge I possess, Andang, I cannot solve this riddle. Arwen will be parted from her kindred or from her betrothed, and none of my wisdom can ease that parting. Still I am here, and would now be nowhere else on this day, or on any other day that my daughter desired.
It is good to see you.
Condor's deed. So far from the place of our first meeting, and with so much having happened since. I have walked for many years in Middle-earth, but I feel something I have never felt before. I am like a young sapling, my life now beginning. I assure you, it is a peculiar sensation for one of the Eldar, Andang.
I understand the preparations are nearly complete.
You tell Arwen that the Council of Gondor authorized a great number of plans and preparations for the wedding, and Aragorn believes they are nearing completion. When you tell her that Gimli had some suggestions relating to the vows she and her betrothed might speak during the ceremony, Arwen smiles fondly. I have already given the matter some thought, and chosen words of my own. My love is certain to have done the same, but my heart is warmed by the kind thoughts of Gimli, son of Galoin. May the words of our vows measure up to those of his devising. But is that my betrothed I see? Has he come down from the city to greet his bride? He's just standing by himself all awkward. That looks so weird, man. Like, he's not even standing in the center, he's just like off to the side all awkward. Any new items in the LOTRO store for this? Good question. Let's find out. Where's the new to the store section? There used to be one. Riding trade's still on sale, along with milestones. Here we go, new LOTRO store. Minas Tirith farming tiers. Crafting carryalls. Virtue acceleration tomes. $50 different types of crafting items in the large one. The sight of my betrothed has stolen all speech from me, my friend. For so long have we awaited this day, and now it arrives. Can it be so? Speak to me, Andang, so I will know this is truly my lady, Andamiel, Arwen Evenstar, and no illusionary dream of my hopeful mind. After many labors, at last it is time. Come with me, my friend. Together my love and I will ascend the levels of the White City, and tomorrow on Midsummer's Day, we will be married at last.
It was on Midsummer's Day that folk from near lands and far came to the White City to witness the great wedding.
Here we go, y'all. Here we go, y'all. That is a nice dress. I think Galadriel even has a different dress, right? The random happy people. That's pretty cool, pretty cool. Oh, look at that! Oh, this is awesome, guys. And everybody's here. Like, literally, so many. Anbor's even here. The Rangers of Ithilien. Elves of Lorien. The Grey Company, Baragil's even here. Okay, where? Okay, maybe they're over here. What is Gimli wearing? Oh my gosh, he looks so weird. Hey, there's Faramir. That's who I was looking for. And Prince Imrahil. Elfhelm. Of course the 4 hobbits. Hopefully the ring bearer. Let's see. Redbeard. Where is the King of Rohan? Of course, I don't know if he's actually now currently the king. I don't think he's here. Did he already go back with his father's body? I don't remember. That'd be weird that Elfhelm would even be here. Anyway, maybe they forgot somebody. Let's continue on. Gandalf's wearing a hat. Oh my gosh. Aragorn smiles at you. Gimli isn't into the whole formal thing. Is Sarah Oakheart there? Sarah Oakheart is not here. I didn't see Nona either. So he's supposed to be... Yeah, I think you're right. I think he is supposed to be here. Maybe he'll pop up as the wedding goes on. I'm pleased you could be here, Andang, on this day of joy. Take your place beside Mary, my friend. Aragorn's marriage outfit is very, very interesting, shall we say. Alright. You take your place next to Mary, and the procession continues. Oh man. And we see Galadriel wearing the nice dress from Garavani. Eldon Elro here wearing suits, also from Garavani. I don't know any suit makers. Or dressmakers, for that matter. And Lady Arwen wearing a dress from the blood of her people. Yeah, maybe that's a little too far.
My Govanen Peritel, Vivered Toledlin.
Oh man, we're getting Elvish?
My Omenina, Estelle.
Alei Meletnin Svila.
Man, that's kind of... That's kind of alienating your entire kingdom, but okay. Sure.
I bid you welcome. We come here in time of
Is this all gonna be
celebration
voiced?
that we may share in the joys of peace.
Marriage.
Let us rejoice that the war is ended and that love endures.
True love.
But remember too, the coming of the dawn does not mean an end to all shadows. Many are those who gave their lives so we might see this day. Let us pause to remember those whose time has passed and will not come again.
Real downer, dude.
Now let us speak of 3 whose deeds are worthy of especial remembrance. Hail Theoden, King of the Mark.
Yes.
At the hour of Gondor's need, his horsemen broke the siege, delivering the White City from its enemies. Long will the ride of the Rohirrim be remembered in song.
I feel like Gandalf's making this a little bit more about him.
Hail Boromir, Captain General of Gondor.
That's where these statues are.
Bravely did he defend his people from the threat of Mordor, with valor known to all. Yet his greatest deeds are known to few. Still, they were no less needful for Sauron's undoing.
Indeed.
And last, hail Denethor, steward of Gondor until the coming of the king.
Crowd murmurs with discontent at the mention of Denethor, yeah.
Be still! I call for silence.
Oh, dang. Alright, Judge Judy.
Speak no ill of what you do not understand.
You got it, Judge Judy.
Lord Denethor held your foes at bay, though the Dark Lord's malice tested him ever. If not for these labors, this city would have fallen ere any help could come.
I like how...
Few who stand here today could suffer what he endured for so long. Not even I.
I love how we get a lecture from Gandalf at the wedding. Like, of course, we get a lecture from Gandalf.
The long night is over, and love and laughter come with the day. Every wedding brings cause for celebration, but no marriage more than this. For the blood of Earendil's children, long parted, shall once more be made one. Aya, Elenian Kalima. Let the light you bear shine upon this glad union. I call upon those honored guests who wish to speak to come forward now.
Here we go. Are they going to be voiced too?
Long in the years of men, but short by my counting, have I known the doom of this day. It was to be the fate of Arwen Undomiel to part either from her kin or from Middle-earth. Now her path is set, and this joy brings great sorrow.
Yeah, so they should be here,
shall
Arden.
not meet again ere the breaking of the world. Yet despite the pain it brings, I cannot wish otherwise. Why would I deem it so?
You know the reason, husband of my daughter. For is love not mightiest of all forces in the world?
You tell him, Galadriel.
So say the men of Gondor.
Imrahil.
Not the wisdom of elves, but this much is clear to us. Love gives courage to stand against the hardships arrayed against us. Even courage to part from those dearest to us, son of Gondor? Aye, Lord Elrond. Even so. I have now felt
I think it's the same
love,
voice actor.
and I know this is true.
I do not wish to speak above my place.
Here we go.
Say on, Frodo. None here hold a place higher than yours.
Well, I was thinking about the Shire.
Of course you were.
Most of you have never seen it, but it is my home. It is a fair green country where we Hobbit folk live, untroubled by the world's great trials.
Mostly untroubled.
Little do you know.
Well, we have
Oh,
come
he
a
thought
long
that was
way
real
from the
funny.
Shire.
Redbeard.
On that journey, a friend once spoke to me of the world's perils. There are many dark places, he said, but still there is much that is fair. Though in all lands love is now mingled with grief, it grows perhaps the greater.
This is a saying of the Eldar, Frodo Baggins.
It was told to me by Haldir of Lorien, on the banks of the Silverlode. I think that love and sorrow are often entwined, and each hones the other. If we did not know both, I very much doubt we would feel either as strongly. But I have gone on for too long. Sam wished to say a few words as well.
Oh, I needn't, Mr. Frodo.
Go on, Samwise.
Well, it's only a plain old rhyme.
Here we go. Sam's gonna propose to Frodo.
Age long, our garden bore no bloom. Left barren cold and buried deep. Far under snows of winter's gloom, the seeds we sowed did softly sleep. And through the wind and sullen frost, they waited well and did not fade. Now, winter dwindles, cold is lost, and sunshine rests upon the glade. Springtime dawns and sprout and shoot, limn the lawns with golds and blues. And with the summer's flower and fruit, the garden glows, awash with hues. And what to thank for all these splendors? None but the kind hands of its tenders. Care well for the plots you mind. Love things that grow beneath the soil. Foster them with thoughts most kind, and joy shall repay all your toil.
Very much so a Sam poem. Alright, there we go. About gardening. Cutesies. Oh, yeah, cheer for Sam. There we go. I'm a little late, but there we go.
Well spoken, Master Gamgee. A simple rhyme indeed. Now, to the matter at hand. When two are to be wed, the rights of both elves and men call for the exchange of golden rings.
Oh boy.
Given events of recent days, however, perhaps it is best to skip this custom, unless our lovers object. Then let their hands be joined instead,
snap.
And thus reveal their bond to all as they take their
No
oaths
ring bearer.
to each other.
Though I turn from the everlasting west, I am undiminished. An hour with you brings more joy than 1,000 years apart. When you embarked upon
Yeah, I
your
think it's kind of
quest,
lame for Aragorn too.
my sorrow was as none I have ever known. Now we are again together, and so shall stay.
Right,
I
Tefik?
choose Luthien's path, bound to your fate, as was hers to Baron's. Mainuvan melmetja ter corviarenjar artenoyo.
We are as two fair trees entangled beneath the sun.
Of course, it's all about
deep,
trees with you.
drinking light together. My heart has belonged to you from the hour I first beheld your grace beneath the leaves. You are my hope, the sustaining flame I bore unto the jaws of shadow. The even star who guided my steps through labor and fear. Mainuvan melmetja ter corviarenjar artenoyo.
Nai alaquen embebe tulva, alaniere nexhuvaver.
Translate that part? Nope, you guys are on your own.
Aragorn Elisar, son of Arathorn, will you wed Arwen, daughter of Elrond, and henceforth be husband unto her?
I will.
Arwen Undomiel, daughter of Celebrian, will you wed Aragorn, son of Gilraen, and henceforth be wife unto him?
I will.
I think they're the same size, Flynn.
Then before the Valar, and the one who stands above all others, and in sight of men and elves,
And dwarves.
And dwarves.
Oh, and hobbits, don't forget us.
And all free folk. Let you be bound together, and the twin lines of Earendil be made one anew. All hail the High King of the South Realm and the North, and all hail the High Queen.
Hail Ersa! Hail Udomiel! Eglario! Praise him with great praise!
Alright, they knew what to say. Oh, I probably... Yep, here we go. Late again. Mithrandir's fireworks signal an end to the ceremony and celebration. Where's the fireworks? What? Alright, we got a kite. Hello? I don't think there's anything I'm supposed to do, right? Took too long with your cheer? Maybe. Broke the game? I guess so. Oh man, I don't have time to go through that again today. We might have to finish this wedding. Alright, they got married, but we might have to finish next time, okay? Oh my goodness. What if I try... Nope, that's a whole lot of nope. Are there like fireworks around here somewhere? Alright, well I guess I have to leave instance, guys. Maybe Lobelia has them? Yeah, I bet Lobelia does have them. But man, what a really, really, really cool wedding. Definitely enjoyed this for sure. And yes, we do have a giveaway we're about to be starting. Let me go ahead and leave the instance, I guess. Hey Flem, thanks so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. But yeah, exclamation ring in chat. Make sure you're following if you're not already. And you'll get entered to win either 5,000 LOTRO points or a $50 Steam card.
After so many labors, at last, it is time.
Yeah, it's not gonna go forward. Alright, well I guess we'll end off here. Oh man, hey Lil Zo, thanks so much for that follow, really appreciate it. Yeah, we'll have to wait, but sadly I don't have enough time to do that today. So last chance, exclamation ring in chat for today's giveaway. Make sure you're already entered, quite a few of you already are. Make sure you get entered in here. There's over 100 entries into this giveaway today, so it's quite a few people. So whoever ends up being the winner, hats off to you. And of course we will have 2 more giveaways next month. of the same, either 5,000 LOTRO points or a $50 Steam card, or 2 months VIP, because I got a VIP code that I'm trying to burn. Hey, Kenobled, thanks so much for that follow. Barn, thanks so much for that follow as well. Really, really appreciate that. He said that yesterday. Oh, man. Good deal, good deal. Oh, that's true. Pro tip from Jay. Pro tip from Jay right there. All right, well, let's go ahead and close down this giveaway and pick a winner here. Geistwolf77, congrats on winning this month's giveaway. You will, let me do the tell right now. Or a whisper, I should say. To a Geistwolf here. Here we go. Let me copy and paste. There we go. Whisper has been sent. Good deal, good deal, good deal. They have 2 weeks to respond. If for some reason they don't respond after 2 weeks, the funds will go to an even bigger giveaway next month. So anyway, thank you everyone so much for tuning in. It's been a lot of fun. And we're going to go ahead and raid Druid's Fire, I think. Who also, I'm sure, is doing the wedding. We'll see if they had an issue with not being able to see Gandalf's fireworks. So here we go. Get those emotes ready. Get that hype going. And let's, of course, have fun with this raid. I do plan to be streaming again tomorrow with some PvP, or I guess the end of this wedding, since I haven't done that yet. And yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I'll try to do 2 streams, actually, try to get both of those in. Anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching. I'll see you again real soon for some more LOTRO. Let's have fun with this raid!